I am a Gujarati. I'm spiritually, socially, culturally a proper Gujarati. We are 100% Gujaratis in every way possible. Here in salubrious Bath, we celebrate Diwali, we celebrate Navratri, we celebrate Holi. We do everything we can to keep our very rich, very colorful, very deep culture going. So my parents come from Ranawau near Porbandar in India, Gujarat, and we are the Indian diaspora that went from Ranawau to Porbandar. Porbandar sat on a wooden boat, and that wooden boat took us, blew us, right, by the monsoon winds to East Africa, which is where I was born. And it is truly amazing. I think about it and I think, my God, my grandparents had so much courage to sit on a wooden boat and be blown by the monsoon winds. So if the monsoon winds failed, they would sink or die at sea. And so the monsoon winds would blow them from Porbandar to East Africa. And they came with probably one suitcase and they set up home in East Africa. And then we were born there, five of us, and we were all sent to school. My father wasn't a big earner, but he sent us all to school in Kenya, Nairobi. And then, of course, after independence, because we held British protectorate passports, we were not Kenyans, although we lived in Kenya. The only place was to go to the country whose passports we held. And the passports we held were British protectorate passports. So there is a Sanskrit expression which says Vasudevai Kutumbam, which means the world is my home. And we need to treat the world as our home. No country is an entity on its own. So we need to work together with all the nations, all the people, for the benefit of all the nations, all the people. You cannot just work for the benefit of one set of people who got a lot of money, therefore they can buy all the vaccines and leave other nations unprotected. That's a key lesson that we need to work together. And for this, we need an international body which can bring together all the other nations and get the other politicians from all the other nations, especially the big nations, India, China, United States, Brazil, European Union, to work together for the benefit of everyone. This is really, really important. And of course, the prevention work is very important. So if you set aside COVID, we have other risks and dangers coming our way, such as we've got avian influenza, we've got Middle East respiratory syndrome, which is otherwise known as MERS, we've got Ebola, and we've got antimicrobial resistance. For this, we need international cooperation to prevent it from happening. Biosecurity measures, better use of antibiotics, better collaboration to make sure that what one country does not go on to harm other nations elsewhere. We know what we know and we don't know what we don't know, to quote Donald Rumsfeld, not that I admire him. We need to have that blue sky thinking of what are the threats, and the threats are many. So as humanity, mankind increases in numbers, we are slowly but surely going into animal territory. So we are going into animal territory and doing things that we never did. We are eating things that we never did. And therefore, there are dangers of us humans going into animal country, animal land, interacting with animals and bringing those infections back to humanity. So for example, Ebola is a case in point where you mess around with animals, you eat them, then you get Ebola and then you spread it to others. Similarly, with monkeypox, it's the same sort of issue. Similarly, we've also got problems of global warming. So with respect to global warming, it also means that what was safe in, for example, northern latitude countries like the United Kingdom. In other words, we do not have malaria here. Why worry about it? Well, I tell you, you can start to get mosquitoes that survive. And when those mosquitoes that survive the now not so cold winters, you can expect infections in countries like United Kingdom, Northern European countries that never existed before. Zika virus, dengue virus, malaria, and all these others, which we've always associated with warmer countries. So there are two issues here. One, expanding human population, encroaching into the animal world and us doing things in the animal world. Number two, warming of climate, and therefore people move and insects move, and insects can find a habitat. And finally, of course, there is the problem of severe heat. Severe heat equals crop failures. So when you have crop failures, we need to prepare and plan for either better crops, or what are we going to do when there is a massive crop failure? No more wheat, no more onions, garlic, grains, lentils, etc., because the crops have failed, because the rains failed, or it was too hot. These are all very important pressing issues that can only be done at an international level. Housing is very expensive in Bath, and we need to build more houses. Similarly, our hands are tied in that Bath and Northeast Somerset Council do not run, for example, the buses. The buses are run by a combined West of England authority, and therefore we need to influence the mayor of the combined West of England authority that we must keep buses running. Long term, we need a better solution to public transport, and I wish to contribute to it. Similarly, with global warming and climate change, something that I have a lot of expertise and knowledge in, I wish to take part in the greening of our Bath and Northeast Somerset. We need to plant trees to cool the streets, to cool the city streets, and to create a better environment for the high temperatures that we expect. And of course, you can lead by example. What you do in a World Heritage city, and if you do it successfully, others will copy and follow. So we have a ripple effect as well, which is do something right, do something for the benefit of many, and other cities will also copy your great example and follow suit. So these are ripple effect interventions that I would look forward to implementing in the years to come. My main message is never give up. Never underestimate yourselves. We're all born equal. And my life journey has always been about people telling me, you can't do this, you are no good, you are only a son of a motor mechanic. And here I am, having disproved it, but it's taken a long time, a long, long journey. So my message is very simple. Never give up. Do your best and avail yourself of opportunities so that your life will also be fulfilled. And when your life is to its full potential, it will also be good health, wealth, well-being for you, your family, your children, and your next generation. So never give up. Just try and keep looking and keep trying, but never give up.